Please be aware that opinions expressed here are my own. You are welcome to discuss them without anger or argument if you agree or disagree. In conflict. It breaks my heart to see the pictures, especially of children suffering, because no one can agree on a solution on how to resolve it. In my time on this earth, I have seen these conflicts again and again, always driven by those who want power rather than a fair resolution to a perceived problem. The Israel-Palestinian problem is just one of the major conflicts going on in the world right now. Let us not forget Ukraine, Russia, the Sudan, Yemen, Saudi, the genocide in Myanmar, just to name a few. For now, I just want to put my 2 pence north into the latest. To do this, I am showing some background to the two-state solution and then my own spin on this. The two-state solution is a proposed framework for resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict by establishing 2 states for 2 peoples, Israel for the Jewish people and Palestine for the Palestinian people. 1. The origin of the two-state solution was the 1978 Camp David Accords, a peace accord inked by Egypt and Israel. After the fall of the Ottoman Empire, Jews and Arabs both claimed the right to self-determination in historical Palestine. A first attempt at partitioning the land in 1948 resulted in an Israeli state but no Palestinian state, and the West Bank and Gaza Strip fell under Jordanian and Egyptian rule, respectively. In the Six-Day War of 1967, Israel captured and occupied the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and other Arab territories, which in the aftermath led to the idea that Israel would exchange land it had captured for peace with its Arab neighbors, including, eventually, the Palestinians. 1. The two-state solution proposed by the Oslo Accords was born out of a series of historical events. In 1993, the Israeli government and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, agreed on a plan to implement a two-state solution as part of the Oslo Accords, leading to the establishment of the Palestinian Authority, PA. 1. However, despite several attempts to implement this solution over the years, it has not yet been realized. The conflict between Israel and Palestine has been ongoing for decades, with both sides claiming ownership of certain territories too. Recently, President Joe Biden has called for a concentrated effort on the part of world leaders to work towards a two-state solution to the Israeli and Palestinian conflict. 34. He stressed that this conflict must end with a vision of a two-state solution. 3. While there is no clear path forward yet, it is hoped that continued diplomatic efforts will eventually lead to a peaceful resolution of this long-standing conflict. Here is my solution that is fair for both sides, although I doubt any side would agree. Number 1 is to get all surrounding nations to recognize the right of the Jews to have their own state. Number 2 is for Israel to recognize the right of the Palestinians to have their own state. Simple, yes? Well, that is the solution, but which parts of the existing lands should make up the two countries is the problem and cannot be agreed upon. For me, I believe that the Gaza Strip, with a narrow corridor joining, and the whole of the West Bank should be the Palestine state with Jerusalem, and its surrounds that should be independent in the same way as the Vatican State. Israel will have the rest as shown on the map and also should have a guarantee from all surrounding Arab nations as to its borders and security. I believe this would be a fair and just solution. Perhaps I am naive, but without such agreement the fighting will never end until one side or the other is wiped out. It may well also start World War III. Israel should. Thanks for listening.